podcast for the first time, hi sweetie, my name is Nahenda. This is a podcast where we speak about content creation, about getting into the industry and how we can all eat in this industry. And I speak to one of my favorite peoples today because I'm fangirling also. I'm also fangirling, but it's very important that we speak to her because she got it. She got it in the bag. We have, I don't know, must we call you a TikTok star or
I think
must we call you just all around?
I think content creator.
Content creator,
yeah.
So we have a content creator, influencer.
Hi
Guys, when I tell you I'm fangirling, it's big. So let's talk about it. Was content creation always the thing, or did it come after the thing?
Content creation actually was never the thing for me.
Ever?
It was never the thing.
Really?
No, I just posted like any other teenager, but now like young adult.
When did you start?
Like on TikTok 2020 during COVID.
During COVID.
Yes.
So you've been pushing.
I've been pushing,
Yo.
honestly. So I started just because like there was nothing else to do. And I was like, this app seems
What
fun.
were you doing like
But
during that time of your life? What was happening?
there was now high school, I was in grade 12.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was in grade 12, I was finishing up. And then my first year, just like dumb videos.
Yeah.
Then second year, I started working, so not really.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and then the gradual, was it like a gradual thing of like following and the likes were they high when you first started, or was it the thing of like
It was
push
very
and
low for
push?
about 3 or 4 years.
Imagine,
It was very low. It only started growing last year.
imagine.
Towards like the middle of the year.
So you really like kept.
Yeah, I was just being consistent, to be honest.
Where did you see? What's your favorite TikToker? What did you see for you to be like? You know what?
I think
Let
for
me
me,
open
where I
TikTok
was like,
account.
it's possible, is Juju K.
Okay,
Junior.
yeah.
Because he blew up in 2020 or 2021. And then from there, all the South Africans were on his page, and I was just like, but if he can do it, then like
I can do it.
we can all do it.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, nah. And it was also just fun. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
I want to blow up, I want to what. Obviously, you want views,
Yeah.
but I didn't think of it like it as a source of income.
Yeah.
Or anything. Yeah.
Okay, so you were in grade 12, started TikTok, you finished high school. Did you go straight into university, or you were like, let me build?
No, I
By
went to
following.
university.
Because I see a lot of people are quitting school, hey?
Yeah, I don't need to quit school.
Yeah.
I went to university.
Where did you go?
Finished. I went to NUST.
Okay,
So
what did you study?
business management.
Business management.
Yes.
Was it strategic, or did you?
Yes,
Okay.
because like I wanted to do marketing because I'm obviously a creator and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, let me do business because then I have more options. I can go into any industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it covers a lot of stuff.
So you were juggling TikTok and school?
TikTok, school, and work.
And
Yes, I worked in my second year.
What are you doing?
I was doing journalism and media.
When I tell you, I think it was just destiny there.
Yeah, no, but
Okay.
but journalism and media is kind of very different
Yeah.
from like
Yeah.
social media, but
Yeah.
it kind of comes
It
together.
kind of
at the end
comes
the day.
together.
So
Okay, so TikTok was not the plan, but you made it work.
God did.
I really want to talk about just being an influencer in Namibia. How are you finding it? Because I see, especially for 2024, 2025, influencers are getting deals. They at least, the industry is growing. How do you feel about the influencer space now?
For me, I feel really positive.
Mhm.
Like I feel like this year is completely different for us. Like
Yeah.
people are recognizing us.
Yeah.
All companies, like different businesses in different industries, are willing to work with influencers, and they understand the power that we hold.
Yeah.
So I think for us, it's about to be big
Yeah.
and better. And
Mhm.
honestly, the cake is big enough for all of us. So I feel really positive. I feel like all this has happened at just the right time. And yeah, that's about it.
And then also in terms of like, because I see you also do really like professional advising videos on how to sort of carry yourself as an influencer to get the brands.
Yeah.
Can you give us like a few tips?
Yo, I recently started with that because I'm just a baby. I just arrived.
Yeah.
But I think voicing your personal opinion, number one.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Like there's no need. You guys know that you can support the cause without posting about it. You don't always have to post
You don't,
everything.
yeah.
And then also
Because
just
what does it do? Honestly, if you post your opinions all the time, it's sort of the brands are looking.
they are watching.
Yeah, they're
Anyone
watching.
on your viewers
Yeah.
is a potential client. Not even anyone, everyone. because they work for companies, they have their own small businesses, they know people, they have marketing managers, like we're all connected. So watch what you say, try to not offend people. If you get hate comments, ignore them, because even in the way that you respond, brands can be like, she's too, like, why is she responding to this thing? Why is she responding like that? Like, they're always watching, trust me. And just be yourself, be genuine.
We were actually speaking about it when she came. I was like, your content is so free. It's so like, even when somebody is watching, it's like, oh, Jamie.
Yeah, it's just normal. But that one I started like from the beginning on my Instagram.
Okay.
Because there was a point, and I spoke about this on Fresh Event. There was a point where I was like, I wanted to be a baddie and whatnot. And it wasn't working because it's not like my personality. And I was like, you know what? Because I always used to record dancing videos. And I was like, you know what? Let me post this.
Yeah, how do you know how to dance? I want to learn how to dance.
It's streets of Karatuna, Baba. Make the circle bigger. That's how you go learn.
So you said, you know what? Let me
be myself.
Was it not cringy though?
It was.
Yeah, because dancing, people always find it.
But it's me.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me chill. I was like, I want to be myself. And so I was challenging. It was like something within. So I was like, just post this video because that's what you are. And then it just continued. Like, if I look crusty, I post. If I want. Because at the end of the day, this is what I am. And I just chose the easier route. But it's actually difficult.
I'm not telling you, especially like the people always say influencing, it's sort of a cringe career or like a. But honestly, if it's you, and people love you for who you are. You post whatever you want to post. Okay, let's go into, because I always see how you have also like added faith videos, and then you have added the brands and advertising, advising, and all of these things. Like, how do you think about what to do next in terms of like content strategy?
So I just think of what I like doing, and I'm like, just record it. But in terms of the faith, I feel like as a Christian, I have a duty to spread the word of God. So what I'm going to do is that, and if a brand obviously feels like, no, that's too much, then we just won't work together, and that's fine. That's just the truth.
I wanted to ask that. Does God play an important role in the type of content you create?
Extremely.
Or like, are you intentional about the type of content you're creating? Because it's also, at the end of the day, sending a message or standing for something, whether it's the music you post or the advice you give, all of that. That's God.
So really my 3 values are authenticity, hope, faith, and optimism. So that's my brand basically. So I'm here because of God. So how do I continue without Him or not mention Him? So that's basically what I ride on. So God is always going to kind of come in. Even with my recent video with Coke, it was talking about basically sharing and just basically including my community. And it all has to do with love. And love stands for God and God stands for love. So basically everything is centered on that. So if something feels like it's not...
so it's a feeling from you.
Yes, it's
to say, am I okay with the video that I'm posting?
Does this sound like? Is this sound like? Would God be okay with me posting this video with this sound?
And you don't mind brands saying, no, she's too faith-based or religious.
The thing is, God won't send me things that aren't meant for me. So they see my content and they still want to use my platform. So
and I was talking to Jamie just before we started to say that sometimes your content just does not hit. Like, you can do what she's doing and then it just doesn't hit. And unfortunately for that, you're gonna need like some type of like higher power to keep you going.
But also add your own touch to it. Like, if you find inspo, do your own thing. Don't do it exactly the same way, because then it's gonna just look inauthentic.
What else can you advise? Because you know how people always post and then they don't get views, or they don't. What tips can you give the people?
I would say use hashtags, guys. Hashtag for you page, hashtag Namibian TikTok, hashtag SA TikTok, hashtag for FYP on TikTok. Use those hashtags. They actually help. That's what I've been using. And then put effort in when you edit your content. Like, put in effort. Like, don't just post. And please pay for CapCut. That CapCut thing it chases us away. It chases me away. I won't much if you guys see CapCut logo.
So it's like some type of investment in your brand.
It is. Just a 120.
So
just a small 120.
Okay, let's talk about followers, because if you don't know, Jamie has a lot of those. You are, I think, 700?
700, yeah.
On the way to 1 million. I think you're gonna be the first Namibian with 1 million followers on TikTok.
By God's grace.
What? How did you?
I don't know, honestly.
You also don't.
No, because the sound when I heard it, they scared to get attached.
Yeah.
I was like,
I wanted to be like, I'm scared.
no, but I related to it. It wasn't just like, I am scared to get attached. So I was like, just voicing or showing my feelings through singing it.
Yeah.
And then it went fun. I was like,
how does it feel? Like the day your highest views on TikTok, your video, like did you post it in the night and you woke up with a lot of followers, or what?
I posted it. Yes, the first video I did with the sound, I posted on in the night, and then I woke up and I saw it the next day, and I saw like it was higher than usual, but I looked so crusty in the video. I was like, no way, no way. Then I tried the sound again, and another tip: if you have a sound and you see the views are going up a bit, abuse it.
People literally, do you know people actually have a face to scare to get catch because of you? Crazy, that's your face on
my
it.
song.
That's basically your song.
Yeah, no, but
so that's the trick to say if people like it.
If you see they are digging it, whatever it is, whether it's a type of content, do more. Push in that time, that short period of time, because
take me behind you, like waking up with all these followers. What are you thinking? Like
I was like, what? That's literally my response. I was like, okay. Oh. And then I just go through the comments and see what people are actually saying, so I must know what they want or whatever. And then I'm like, okay.
Let me keep doing it and keep doing it.
But I was just being normal, so I didn't know. Like, I was just like, okay.
And then your followers keep going up. What are you thinking?
That's when I made that video on the 200K, because I saw it was going fast.
Yeah.
I felt like, wow, God is so good. Like, other than that, I was just also, I don't know. I don't know.
Were you overwhelmed?
I think only became overwhelmed later. But in the beginning, it was like chill.
Are you overwhelmed now by the amount of followers you
attention,
have every time, or attention every time you post the video? Are you
more like in the real life, not overwhelmed online? Overwhelmed in real life, because when people see me, like when I go to the mall now, it's like, can we take a picture? Or scared to get. You'll just hear someone saying, scared to get attached. Literally. So then I'm just like, something like, I'm just a girl.
So now in real life, your friends, in real life, your friends or family.
I have family. Yeah.
How does it feel? How does it feel to get all the support from strangers? People you don't know.
Like, I just want to say, people say Namibians aren't supportive, but they are supportive. Namibians also go fight for me in other comment sections, honestly.
I want to talk about the backlash of like people are like, you're posting too much of the sound on how you are.
People are defending me. That's all I can say. I don't respond to comments really, because it's a lot of comments.
Do you mind them, like negative comments, or do you're just like, it is?
I really don't. Like, there are moments where I'll be like, this Jay, but I really don't. Because if I cared, I would have muted all my comments by now.
Yeah.
I just don't.
What can you say to people that are gonna be in the same space as you, like the amount of followers are coming, but they don't know that the amount of followers that come also come with negative comments? Like, how can they deal with that? Especially in Namibia, because Namibians can be harsh.
I would say most of those people would never face you in real life, so just ignore them. Like, they will never come to you and say, you're busy in the sun, stop it. But behind their phones, they're the strongest, so it really doesn't matter. And most of them don't have any videos on their page. Like, for me, it's like,
so basically, ignore the negative comments.
Just ignore. It's not that deep.
It's really not that deep. I also think it's not that deep.
Because like I post the same way I used to post before I had a lot of followers. So when people say you're abusing, I'm like, I've always done this, so it's not that deep.
Does it affect your self-esteem or just like anything? No. Yeah, okay.
Maybe back then.
Yeah.
Like when I was still.
Yeah, what did it take to grow character to be like?
Okay, so there was a time where there were 2 comments. It wasn't even like a lot of comments, just 2 comments about my body. Yeah.
Like
that I'm gaining weight.
Yeah.
And then I that one hit home. I don't even like you. And I was just like, I started looking at my body different. Maybe the clothes were normally tight, but I was like, oh my gosh,
you're self-conscious now.
Then I had to take a step back and go look at myself in the mirror literally and be like, but are you happy with your body? Yes, I am. So then you're fine. And then I just kept on saying to myself, it's what you think of yourself. So regardless of what people
It's a good
see,
tip.
just hold on to what
That's
you
a
see
really good
in
tip.
yourself. Yeah.
That's a really good tip. And then brands, what was your first ever brand that you
My biggest first brand,
first one?
F&B. But then,
What? You
yeah, it
started
was F&B.
Yeah.
It was F&B. We did a student account, something like
Okay.
that. But we didn't finish the whole campaign. We just did like literally one video. It was Tinalawa and I. It was a really nice campaign.
What was the approach? Did you approach them? Did they approach you?
They approached me.
And they were like, we like your content, or
yeah, they just basically like told me they want to work with me, and then once you agree, then they send you the brief and the content and everything.
Yeah,
so
I actually want to talk to you about rate cards and things. Just so if you're watching and you are in the industry or you want to be in the industry, how do you work around rate cards and things? What do you use? Because some people use followers, some people use engagement.
So basically what happened was how I even started doing rate cards is a marketing agency DM'd me and asked me for my rate card. I never knew what a rate card was. So I made one quickly on Canva. Canva.
Yeah.
And I sent it to them. And that was
talking about apps. Very important that as an influencer you have Canva. If you don't know what Canva is, guys,
just go find out.
Yeah.
Because then you make yourself like a cute rate card. But honestly, those rates I just guessed. But now you have the help of ChatGPT, guys. So use ChatGPT to kind of guide you. But for me, obviously because I started on those rates, as my numbers went up, I just added on that. And make friends with people that work in marketing departments in different companies. They can guide you with your pricing and stuff. That helps. So I have a few people that are working in marketing, and I just always send them my rate card and ask, is this a fair price? And sometimes what you do is when you send a rate, you can always edit your rate card depending on who you're working with. When you send your rate card, don't send the highest rate. Like send something in the middle, then you guys can negotiate, or something you'd be happy with. Sometimes you can go a bit higher, but that's where the knowing people in the department come in, because you'll be like, is this fine or should I? And they'll be like, this is quite high, so come down a bit. So you can always start high or in the middle, but never go too low. Never go too low.
So because then you're gonna negotiate and then you're gonna go lower, and then you're gonna shoot yourself in the feet. Do you have a profile, a media profile that you send, or you just use rate card?
I just use my rate card also includes like my info, like my stats and stuff, and a little bit about me. And then the next, because it's a PDF, then the next slide is basically my prices.
Okay, so very important, Canva, and what do you use to edit videos?
CapCut. Use CapCut. It's really good, and just a 120 for so many features.
Did you know how to edit videos, or how did you learn?
I work in media, so apart from media, when I really want something, I go for it. So I honestly go watch videos on how to edit, and then I try on my own videos. So what I do is these normal videos you do just for yourself to post. Those are the videos where I put the most effort, and then I try. Then when I get a brand deal, I just incorporate it there.
I wanted to ask, what do you think is your biggest advantage to being an influencer? Like, what do you have that sort of you didn't even try, but it works for you
as an influencer,
as a person
in the industry.
Sort of like adds on to influencing and content creation and all of those things. What do you think is your biggest advantage?
My biggest advantage is that I'm just being myself. So I don't have to try.
I honestly think also hard work, because you're always
hard work. When I want something, I go for it, and then I'm also just being myself.
So. She's also very consistent. Like weekly, like you post videos. What is your process behind posting? Do you look at how do I come up with how many videos you post per day, or do you look at the week?
I kind of plan weekly. So I know, obviously with brand deals, you already get a date of when you must post. But then I always like having a good mixture of me posting my own content and having brand deals, so that it doesn't just feel like I'm advertising, and my page is also still me.
Yeah.
So I always plan because I know, on Friday I'm going to Cape Town Fish Market, but Saturday I have to post Coca-Cola. Then I'm like, okay, then I'll do a post in between myself and then Coca-Cola will come.
Yeah.
So that my viewers still feel like they're still talking to Jamie and not an AI.
Yeah.
So
okay, talking about brands actually.
Yes.
Who's your favorite brand that you ever worked with and you're like, I
oh
love
my
this
gosh,
campaign.
where's my mind playing? I think the top one, because it was so good.
So she said you started F&B and then
I'm very forgetful. So no, but this year, let's say this year.
Okay, this year. Who? What was your favorite campaign that you worked on?
Honestly, it was. Can I say 3?
Okay, 3, but
okay, should I say the ranking?
Yeah, rank them.
KFC.
Why?
Yeah. Because there was like, did you see how cool that was?
Actually,
and okay,
it was
can I say
so
why?
cool.
They brought so many different influencers and content creators together.
Yeah,
and it felt like a family gathering.
Yeah. Like you guys sort of got to mingle and know
and
each
they did
other.
it so well. They did that so well. Like we were called on stage and they were like, these are the KFC influencers and thank you so much. So like they really gave us
so good. They did that for you guys. Okay, second.
Coca-Cola.
Why?
I'm busy with them now. So I mean, who doesn't want to work with Coca-Cola? They're treating me well. They are fast in terms of responses. It's just smooth.
What are some of the brands that you're looking forward to working with for this year or the coming years? At least give us 3. Because you gave us
a big number, but
because you gave us the ones that you liked working with. Give us the ones that you aspire.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to work with Ford.
The car brand. Okay.
I would love to work with Ford if you're watching this.
Why?
Because I love the brand.
Okay.
And I love Bucky's Ford Drifter. something. Can't say.
Just the car brand. That's it.
Yeah, let's just say Ford for now.
Do you ever write proposals?
I haven't started doing that yet.
Oh wow! You've been blessed. She's been blessed enough for the brands to come to her, not the other way around.
But yeah, soon I'll start.
Soon.
I will. Don't worry. It just also gets busy, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll put on my to-do list.
Yeah. How does your days look like now? Since like you're an influencer and you have a lot of work to do. Are you still working? Like you're not working?
No, I'm not working at like a company. I'm just doing my communication and influencing.
And it's working out.
It's working, right? I'm always busy.
Yeah, how does your days look like?
It looks like waking up really at like 8, planning the day, how I'm gonna do. Because I also have my personal stuff that I do, my errands and whatnot. But then I'll plan out the day. Most of the time I plan my content for the week, the previous week.
Yeah.
So then I know.
Wow, that's smart.
Yeah, I already plan a week in advance.
Yeah. And then you sort of just.
Then I know, and content takes long, so sometimes it can take the whole day or half of the day. And then I just have a bit of time left to maybe edit and to send through.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually wanted to talk about.
And I also have my small business that I run, Fudge by Jamie. So then
she does. She's also a business person, guys. Which came first, the business or
the business?
The business came first. How was that, or like did you?
I started in grade 9. I started selling at school. So then I just continued it in uni. And it's good.
And now you understand business because you studied business.
Yeah. It really helped out.
Yeah. So now it's sort of, and the influencing also.
Yeah.
Does it work to influence your own business?
I mean, yes, because if I just post it, people are gonna go. Sometimes people just wanna buy Fudge because they want to see me or they want me to deliver to them and stuff.
Don't let them imagine somebody buy Fudge. So be like, I know Jamie's coming.
No, but it's good. Like one time I sent a Yako to go drop the Fudge and then the guy was like, but I wanted you to drop it. And I was like, for what?
That is so funny. So people, wow. Yeah. That means you have created some sort of community. And that leads me into like the type of audience of which you have created. Do you have a description of how like you describe them?
I think like a lot of it's gonna sound weird, but a lot of old men and a lot of young girls. That's like my 2 top main ones. Yeah. Those because the young girls always DM me.
Yeah.
And the older men also always DM me.
My producer behind me saying like, yeah, we need to wrap it up. But also, I want to talk about you as a character, man. Like, yeah, what adds onto the flavor of being Jamie, and just because the thing is, your content is very free. It's very like, what adds onto it, like in terms of content strategy, like what do you look into for you to sort of, this day I'm dancing, this day I'm speaking.
I'm just really being myself. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm just being unfiltered and real. And like crazy. Everything. So if I'm happy, I'll be like, bro, let me record.
I noticed you like to do collaborations with your friends.
Yes.
What do you think about collaborations?
It's so important, guys. It helps reach different audiences, and I think it's just important to collab as influencers. Like, you saw yourself at the KFC event. That event wouldn't have done so good if it wasn't so many different influencers. So collabs,
we're just talking about being different and sort of
embracing, like understanding that there are different content creators and influencers, because there are different markets and different targets. There are so many different people out there that we need to reach. So we need to try and cater for all of those and not be close-minded.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
We got to learn about Jamie, guys. We got to learn that she started business, but also she has a business.
I'll say about business. I'm just sleeping on it a bit.
And we also got to learn who she wants to work with. So Ford, come through for your girl. But also, just very important, it's important that you show up as a professional for the brands to come to you. I think that's the one thing that I'm learning out of this whole conversation. And thank you so much for coming through. I'll be right back. Jamie, you can catch her. Where can they?
You guys can catch me on my Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is j.loss_10.
What is the name? What is the
idea? So J is Jamie Lee. Loss is my surname. And 10, my birthday is the 10th of October, so 10 out of 10. 10.
Okay. And then Instagram?
jloss10.10.
Are you on the X, Twitter?
I'm not on X, but I am gonna come to YouTube soon.
Yes. So, that's everybody's question. When is Jamie coming to YouTube? When?
I'm coming, guys. Don't worry.
We're gonna be holding her accountable, guys. Go in her comments and be like, upload on YouTube.
We're waiting for
because all the Namibian YouTubers, and you better not be one of those, because I love Namibian YouTubers. YouTubers are not consistent.
Don't worry.
People.
I just need to get the hang of things.
So watch out for her YouTube channel. So long, is it up already? Can they go subscribe?
It's there.
Okay.
But I'll post the proper full video on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming through.
Bye.
Bye.